In a small village called Bethany Hills, everyone knew everyone's story. They knew the laughter, the struggles, and the hidden battles carried quietly behind every smile. Among the people of that village lived a woman named Sarah. Sarah was once known for her laughter. Her home was always filled with the sound of children playing, the smell of fresh bread, and songs of worship rising through the windows. But life changed. One season after another, Sarah lost the things she loved most. The dreams she had built with her own hands slowly disappeared. The home that once carried so much joy became a place filled with silence. At night, when the village was asleep and only the sound of the wind moved through the trees, Sarah would kneel beside her bed. With tears in her eyes, she would whisper, "Lord, please give me back what I lost." It became the prayer she repeated every day. Restore my home. Restore my happiness. Restore the years that pain has taken from me. Sarah believed that if God could bring back what was taken away, her heart would finally be whole again. But the months passed, then the years passed, and nothing changed. People began to talk. Maybe God has forgotten her, some whispered. Maybe she should stop waiting for something that will never happen, others said. Sarah heard their words, but she held on to her faith, because she believed that even when heaven was silent, God was still listening. One morning, when Sarah was collecting water from the village well, a stranger approached her. The man wore expensive clothes and spoke with confidence. "Sarah," he said, "I have heard about your struggles. I know what you have lost." Sarah looked at him carefully. "I have an opportunity for you," he continued. "It can change your life. You can have your old life back. You can have wealth, comfort, and everything you have been praying for." The village heard the news quickly. Everyone came to congratulate her. "Sarah, this is your miracle. After all these years, God has finally answered you." For the first time in a long time, Sarah saw a door opening. It looked exactly like the answer she had been asking God for. But as she stood before that opportunity, something inside her became unsettled. Her heart felt heavy. That night she could not sleep. She walked outside and looked at the stars. "Lord," she cried, "is this not what I asked you for? Why does my heart feel afraid?" She wanted to say yes. She wanted to believe that this was the blessing she had waited for. But deep inside, she felt a quiet voice telling her, "Not every open door comes from me." The next morning, Sarah made a decision that shocked everyone. She walked away. The village could not understand. "You waited years for this," they said. "You prayed for this. Why would you reject the blessing God sent?" Sarah had no answer that could satisfy them. All she could say was, "I would rather wait for God's plan than hold on to something that will take me away from Him." Many people thought Sarah had lost her chance. But God was working in the silence. Weeks later, the truth came out. The opportunity that looked like a miracle was hiding a painful trap. Many people who had accepted it before Sarah had lost everything because of it. The blessing that everyone celebrated would have become the very thing that destroyed her peace and wounded the future of her children. Sarah sat quietly when she heard the news. Tears filled her eyes. Not tears of sadness, tears of understanding. She whispered, "Lord, I thought you refused to answer my prayer. But you were answering me in a way I could not see." Years passed. God did not return Sarah to her old life. He gave her something new. A stronger faith, peaceful home, a heart that was no longer controlled by what she lost. One evening, Sarah sat beside a warm fire watching her children laugh. She remembered the woman she used to be, the woman who thought happiness was only found in getting back what was gone. Now she understood. Sometimes God does not restore the old chapter because He is preparing a better one. Sometimes the closed door is not rejection. Sometimes it is protection. Sarah looked toward the sky and smiled. "My prayer was not ignored," she whispered. "God was protecting the answer before I was ready to receive it." And from that day forward, whenever someone asked Sarah how she survived the seasons when God seemed silent, she would answer, "Because I learned that God's silence is not His absence. Sometimes the greatest blessing is the prayer he chooses not to answer.
Thank you for spending this time by the fire. Until next time, keep the fire of faith burning